Josh Green here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Tyler Denny. How you doing, Tyler?
All good, man. All good. How about yourself? Thanks for having me on as well, by the way.
No problem, mate. No problem. All good here. Exciting news for yourself coming out just last week. You're back out on the 18th of November for the European title and back in the hometown as well. How does that feel?
Yeah, it couldn't get out better for me, really. There's been talks about this fight for a while, but it went a bit quiet, so I never knew what quite was going on. And you always think maybe someone else will get it or something. So to get it signed, sealed, and everything over the line now, and in Wolverhampton as well, it can't be any better for me.
You say it went quiet for a little bit. Did you have to sort of keep yourself focused during that time? Because you have had to wait for this fight, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. I'm busy anyway. It's what I do full time, so I'm always in the gym. But I think mentally, it's always good to have a date to work towards. But yeah, it's worth the wait. If I'd have knew I'd had to wait this long to have a European title shot in the Black Country, I'd have waited even longer if I had to. So I've got to make it count now and get the belt.
I'm back at the Civic Hall. I was looking down your box rec and you had your second fight there, which was a long time ago now, but the venue's been refurbished. There's a lot more seating in there. I bet you can't wait to pack out that arena.
Yeah, honestly, I can't wait. And it's a good venue anyway. It's like tiers and stuff. So it's a bit like a York Hall sort of venue, but probably a lot cleaner and stuff, to be fair, and a bit nicer. But the atmosphere, that sort of atmosphere, I think that's what we're going to generate, and it's going to be packed out as well. I can't wait.
In terms of the opposition on the other corner, it's Matteo Sinani, he's been at European level for quite a while now. I think he won the belt initially in 2019. He's lost it and won it back again. So he's very experienced at European level. For yourself, maybe not quite so much at European level. Do you think he has the experience edge?
Yeah, he's definitely got the experience edge, but I just don't think he's better than me. I think I'm better than him. So that's all that matters at the end of the day. You can have 1,000 fights if you want, but if the other guy's better, he's going to win. And obviously, I've defended the English title a few times and stuff, and I won EEU. I think that's kind of got me in the position to get this. But I feel like even them English title defences, that them fights could have been for a British title, and nobody would have moaned about it or anything. So I was a bit unlucky really not to get a British title shot, but I wouldn't change anything really if I could get the European. So it's all worked out for a reason, I believe. So it couldn't go any better for me. It's gone great the last few years of my career, and hopefully carry on.
You mentioned those English title shots. You've gone through really a traditional route. You've gone area title, English title, and you're now at European level. Is that when you set out on this journey, the sort of route you wanted to take?
To be honest, when I turned professional, I never really had any aims of anything. I just wanted to do it. When I was amateur boxer, I used to train twice a week and fight as a light heavyweight. It's just something to do. I enjoyed it. Do you know what I mean? So I turned professional, knuckled down, train twice a day, not twice a week, and as a middleweight, and I just enjoy it. And when I started off, if someone says to me you'd have won an area title, I'd have been buzzing. I'd have took that. Do you know what I mean? But I just look like one fight ahead. I always want to win my next fight, and this is where it's got me to. So it's not no really crazy aims. Obviously, I want to win the European now because that's my next fight. But I've just steady worked my way up, and I've took my time. I've been professional for a while now, but it's all worthwhile.
So what is the mindset now then? Because from what it sounds like there, you've achieved pretty much everything you set out to achieve when you started, but you're now going above and beyond. You're at European level now. Not far away, really, in the grand scheme of things, from world level. What is the aim now?
Just to win my next fight, the same as it was before. That's why I've never really set no targets, because I can never achieve above that really. If all I want to do is win my next fight, and wherever that takes me, it takes me. If I keep winning my next fight, that's the good thing with boxing. Like, if you say a footballer or something, like you could be a great player and you could not get picked or something or whatever. You could not quite make it to skating and stuff. But in boxing, as long as you keep winning, you'll get opportunities, won't you? So keep winning, and I've got to get whatever comes to me. So if I win the European, I think Signani's ranked in the top 15 of 2 of the governing bodies as well. So who knows? Who knows? We'll see where that goes. But I've got to concentrate on beating him first. They don't give European titles away, so I'm expecting a tough fight, but one that I'm ready for.
You talk about keep winning. I think one of the things that many people bring up about yourself is the fact that you've got those couple of losses on your record, but you've gone on and gone strength to strength after them. You've come back stronger, really, from those defeats. How proud are you of what you've achieved despite those two defeats?
Yeah, of course. I'm a determined guy. I think it was so many years ago today. I think I took my first loss. I seen Reece Cartwright share it today, and I was like, "Cheers, mate." But I get on with him, to be fair, and he's only saying it out of respect. That one got stopped on cuts, and then I lost a split decision to Linus Shadofia. So I've never really been like out my depth sort of thing. So there's always, even when you've took the losses, there's things to build on and think, wow, well, do a bit more, and just pushes me to. I just want to. I don't know regrets. So as long as I've done my best, and I feel like I live the life of a professional boxer now, and I put everything in. So, the losses, the build, you didn't know. Maybe without them losses, I wouldn't be here today. So, don't get me wrong. I'd have liked the English title a bit earlier. It would have been nice, but at the same time, even Jordan River, and that was a dodgy draw. But then the next fight was on Sky, so maybe I wouldn't have got onto Sky if I would have beat him the first time. So it all works out for a reason, I think.
How much of a positive has been on Sky been for you? You've been able to be in front of a bigger audience. You're on TV as well. Has that been a huge positive to get back on Sky?
Yeah, definitely. It's a bit surreal, really. Like even the other day, I was down on Sky Sports News and stuff, and it's just like I watch this every day, and then you're in the studio. It's you have to pinch yourself a bit, but just keep it going. As long as I keep winning, you keep getting exposure. I think it's great for people knowing your fights and stuff, and they knowing you. They've seen me in good domestic fights as well. I've not really had no give me on television. I've had good hard 50-50 fights all the time, so it's good, and that's what I'm here for, man. Put me in the test, and I'll back myself to come through them.
I know you say you want to focus on the fight with Sinani, but there's a couple of names in the division that have been on a similar course to yourself. One being Denzel Bentley. He obviously had that world title shot a couple of fights ago now, but you'd say that may be a possible European title fight should you come through, and that could be a cracker all-British tie.
Yeah, definitely. I rate Denzel and the way he's gone about his business. I wanted to fight with him myself, to be fair, for the British. But for one reason or another, that never happened. But that'd be a great fight. Like I said, I've got this fight now. But the thing is, if I win, I'd take that 100%. But let's say I win this fight, and then, like I say, if you're in the top 15, you never know what you could get offered. You could get offered world title fights, couldn't you? But if not, that's a great fight, man. But I think he's fighting, I think, November as well. He's rumoured to be fighting in November anyway. I've seen that. So it's a fight I'll take. My frustrations, and it's not his fault, it's just the management and stuff, but they made him and Shiraz to fight each other, and they had no intentions of fighting each other. Not them two, I don't think, but management-wise, I don't think Warren was going to put them against each other. They both said until further down the line, it just like holding up the British title for no reason, really, when I was willing to fight for it and stuff. So, but I think as boxers and fighters, we just want to fight. We'd fight anyone. So I think that's the business side of it, really, and it kind of spoils it for the fans.
Is that one of the negatives of being on a different network to those guys? The two top guys, Shearers and Bentley, are on Queensberry, on TNT Sports, and you're obviously with Boxer on Sky. It does make those fights a little bit harder to put together.
It does, yeah, but I think it's a bit annoying with all the belts, especially at world level and that. But the benefit of it is if things are tied up that end, then there's always other options. Like I've got the European title shot now, and there's that many like international belts and stuff. You still got your own paths to go down. Where I think if there was less belts, which I am for less belts at higher level, but then when do you get to fight for them? If do you know what I mean? Say for instance, there's only one world title in each thing. If you're ranked 5th and people are only fighting like twice a year or even once a year sometimes at the top level. When do you get to fight for your world title? So on that aspect, you know, it's good because it keeps people active.
There are a couple of fights at the top of the division and super middle as well that I'd like to get your thoughts on, starting with Jermell Charlo and Canelo Alvarez. I think Charlo comes in as obviously he comes in as an underdog, but I think many people give him a decent chance against Canelo. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, he's a live underdog, you know. Definitely underdog though, because Canelo's Canelo. But I think his last, whether he's on the slide or not, I don't know. He's not quite seen at the peak of his powers the last couple maybe. Maybe it's a good time to fight Canelo, but anytime's a good time to fight Canelo with the money you're going to get anyway in it. So Charlo's got nothing to lose, has he? So all the best to him, man. And like I say, I'd pick Canelo though. I think it's hard to, unless he starts going to light heavyweight again and stuff, I think it's hard to bet against him.
And the other name I'd like to get your thoughts on is CONOR BENN returning last night at 154 pounds. A comprehensive victory, won most rounds, not in the judges' eyes, but in the eyes of the public, won most rounds last night over in America. What were your thoughts on his return?
It's a big headache, isn't it? I think nobody really knows anything today. From the outset, he doesn't look like maybe he should be fighting. Do you know what I mean? But I only know what we say. I don't know. He obviously can fight though. So if he can legally fight, what can anyone say about it? Really, it's not an opinion, is it? If it's a fact, he's not suspended. He either should be suspended or he can fight. So I know it's kind of like a loophole sort of thing because he can't fight by British Boxing Board, but I don't know. It's just a headache, isn't it? It's a headache. I think from his point of view, if he wants to earn money, he can fight. He's going to fight. And Eddie's point of view, but I don't really know. I only see little clips and stuff. I don't try not to take too much notice because I got no opinion on it really. Like you said, if they're going to put the appeal in, then put the appeal in. I think it's the board to make the appeal. He's waiting on the appeal, isn't they? Apparently. But like you say, it looks bad. Say if he just come appeal and he fails that, then he gets suspended again. Then what is the? Why does it take so long? Why does everything take so long? When, like, don't know. Really, if there's a bit of doubt, then maybe he shouldn't fight. But from his point of view, if no one's giving you a date on anything's going on, he's got to crack on with his life, innit?
Yeah. And the rumours are now, after last night's win, that the Eubank Junior fight is back on for the end of December. Do you think many people going into the first fight thought that Eubank Junior would just be a little bit too big and too strong for CONOR BENN? Is that how you see it, or do you think CONOR BENN's got a real chance there?
He's always got a chance, but yeah, I do fancy Eubank. I think maybe people's and my own as well. Estimation Eubank went down after that first Smith fight, but he looked great. I know Smith won at his best the second one, but he looked good, man. Looked sharp and strong, and he looked good, man. I think if that Eubank turns up, I'd fancy him to beat CONOR BENN, definitely.
Yeah. Well, appreciate your time today, Tyler, and best of luck for everything coming up, especially on November the 18th at the Civic Hall.
That's it. Thank you. Thanks for having me on, man.